Quick, get this in here before I get busted. Got it in, Deb. What's up, Patriots? It's March 20th, 2024. It's a Wednesday. This is Freedom Corner Updates and J6 Vigil information. And we are broadcasting just outside of the Astrovan studio because it's nice enough to do that today. So how you doing, Patriots? We're going to be covering Vigil number 597 up at Freedom Corner in Washington, D.C., where we got about 40 Patriots being held hostage by the FJB administration in the D.C. Gulag right now. And they're all in there from decisions that were reached in one courthouse in the whole country, in Washington, D.C. there. So, little suspect. They got like 100% conviction rate there. Unless you go to a judge, then you got a 99.5 conviction rate. What's up, Patriots? USA is in the house. Sherry Thomas. Hey, Sylvia. Carol Burton, hello. Deb Vi. Debbie Chesterfield, how are you? And Kathy Richardson, right on. We got some excellent Patriots in the house today. So we got to get to it. It's day 1,170, by the way, of Clown World, whatever you want to call it. Man, words escape me on that one. 1,170 days that we have remained peaceful. How's that sound? Okay, last night at Freedom Corner, Nicole started off the night on the microphone, and they're going into some court cases in the Gulag. Gary Wilson, a guy named Brady, and another guy, Montgomery, are on trial. On a bench trial. That means there's no jury. So they got a 99.5% chance, huh? And the whole thing seems to be hinging on this topic of this guy. One of the guys in there, one of the three, picked up a tactical bag in the court, or in the Capitol on January 6th. And then he set it down before he exited the building, and they're trying to charge him with theft. So that's it. You know, how long can we talk about that? Wonder what the judge is going to decide. We'll see. I don't know. Sooner or later, these cornered rats are going to start folding eventually. And then also Nicole mentioned that Jeff Sable's sentencing is coming up tomorrow. So prayers up for Jeff Sable, man. He's been a stand-up patriot for us at Freedom Corner. After his sentencing, it's not going to be long till they ship him out into the land where we can't hear their voices, the Bureau of Prisons. All right, first call tonight was Taylor Jonatakis, and he was talking about there was a judge that just decided that illegal aliens can own a gun or can have a gun on them in America. And it sounded like, yeah, you're right. And he wanted to argue the fact that this judge made a good decision because actually Second Amendment rights say there is no background check or anything. You know, it's Second Amendment. You're allowed to own. I don't know about the background check, but we've allowed infringements on our Second Amendment right, like background checks. But where does it end? You know, does it end with bump stocks? Does it end with high capacity magazines? And so that was the angle that Taylor was arguing from. And I would have loved to have been over hanging out with Taylor one night arguing about this, because man, I could argue both sides of that like that too. And I think he was just arguing the other side of that issue to get into the Second Amendment topic. And then he got into the equitable rights and then about the Federal Reserve. He says him and his buddies back home, they don't even call them dollar bills. They call them FRNs, Federal Reserve Notes. And I think we need to get prepped for some type of a paradigm shift with our money scenario here. Something seems like it's going to happen. The Federal Reserve is corrupt all the way back to 1913. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. So something's going to shift with our money thing. Heads up, something's going to happen there. I don't know what I would do to prepare for that, but something seems like it's up with that. It's it's being discussed a lot lately. Okay, and then Curtis Tate called in, man. Just bumming that he can't be with his boy, and he's talking to his son on the phone at night, and the boy wants his dad there. He's got a 6-year-old boy at home. So here's one of these instances where, thanks, FJP. Here we go. You got a 6-year-old boy now growing up without a dad because you want to, insist you didn't rig that election, man. You're busted, FJP. You're busted. And then, so yeah, man, super sad. Super sad. The boy wants his dad. How does the dad explain that to the son on the phone, I mean, that's going to be something that kid's going to grow up tough, man. Yeah, Cleo, learn to barter. Something's going to be up. Gather things that are of value. I think we're going to have to separate. I don't know, man. But somebody's going to learn how to fix shoes. We're going to have people that sew clothes for us. And just get back to the basics. And just tell them, keep your money system. We don't need it, So, but that's a huge, huge shift from what people have gotten used to ever since the Federal Reserve, ever since Social Security, ever since all that stuff's, if we're saying we're not going to play that, we're out of that system. We got to take care of everybody. Take care of our youth, take care of our old people on our own without an insurance company, man. Okay, Curtis Tate was saying he's been reading books, though, too, man. Got a lot of time. Basically, if you send him a book, he'll read it. And then he got into talk. Curtis Tate is a Marine. He served from 2009 to 2013. Sherry was taking the call. Sapphire Patriot was taking a call. They were doing some Army Marine banter back and forth. It was pretty cool. But Curtis was talking about it. He lost 2 friends in battle. He 2 guys that he went into the military with. 2 guys didn't come home. And that's how real it is when you're out in war. And that's why we don't want war. That's why we haven't gotten violent for 1,170 days, man. We don't want war here. No way. But we don't want these systems that have been put upon us either, man. We don't believe that they're correct. Constitutionally, we have rights to not do certain things that they're demanding we do. And this is a shift, Patriots. A very necessary shift in this country right now. And it's big. Chris Quaglin got on the phone then, and he was just ranting about FJB is weak. Look at what we're going through all over the world right now. The insults that America has taken because we have a weak leader. All right, Sylvia with the links. Thank you, Silly, for him. D.C. Attorney Matt Graves threatens to seek more prison time for J6ers if Supreme Court reverse obstruction statute. We got a battle at the core of our law and order system going on. That's why all this stuff's getting run through the Supreme Court, man. That's why, all kinds of stuff's happening right now that's not normal. All right, who's with me now? We got Ridgeline on Edge. Hey, Jay Jones, how's it going? Good to see you guys. Cleo, Karen, good to see you all. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for staying in the battle. I think I got an explanation. We'll get to it. Why we're the ones in the battle. I've been wondering that. Why is it us? Why are we the ones that, are standing up here, apparently, and nobody else is? So Quaglin was out of FJB rant. It was great. Then Jeff Sable called in. We did the national anthem. Tammy did roll call. That roll call's getting long, man. 232 names last we counted. Now add Peter Navarro on there, one of Trump's cabinet. apparently was supposed to report for jail today. That seems to be like just one step over the line, doesn't it, Patriots? Doesn't it? And he's going in jail because he wouldn't testify to that sham J6 commission. That's the subpoena he didn't go in to do. Hunter Biden can not go in on a subpoena to the Congress, but if Peter Navarro doesn't want to go in front of the sham J6 committee that they hired the Hollywood producer to do, and they all read everything off of the teleprompters, remember that? That's what he refused to partake in. He didn't play with their goofy game they set up and broadcast on television at prime time for 2 weeks. It was a production. And he said, I ain't coming in for this subpoena. And that's why Peter Navarro's in jail right now, man. Peter Navarro, you're a patriot. We're behind you, man. That's why we got Freedom Corner. Now you're in the club, man. We're praying for you, Peter Navarro, and you're going to be glad we are right here, right soon, man. Jeff Sable. All right, and then this other crazy thing happened yesterday where an attorney got arrested after she presented evidence that Dominion voting machines is rigged to the core, man. Every single machine that they sell is riggable through wireless access to them. And no doubt about it, we knew that since 2019. From November 2019. But now they just arrested the woman that presented that evidence in court. Her name is Stephanie. And I had just watched something. I put if I could do links on here while I'm doing this. It was, what was that one? It was Professor Clements and another guy talking. And they, like 2 days ago, it was out. They were talking about all the evidence. They got 2,000 emails of the people within the company of Dominion that are talking to each other, telling us, all kinds of stuff that was wrong with their machines, that they knew were wrong with the machines, and that they lied to Congress when they were questioned about it. Yeah, Nancy Pelosi's daughter was filming in the Capitol. And so was Steve Baker, but he goes to prison. Right. It's a sham, Patriots. 1,170 days. When's America going to figure it out, man? So, yeah, I don't know what transpired today with Stephanie gal. And I don't know. I got to have time to just investigate all that stuff right now. Okay, and then Jeff Sable was also talking about this eclipse that's happening over America. All right, there's a site you can go to for that. If you go, what it's saying is there's letters in the Hebrew alphabet, and they look a certain way. There's been there will have been 3 eclipses over America, contained, within the boundaries of America. If you map all those 3 eclipses out, that makes a Hebrew letter Aleph contained within the whole continent. Not like part of it's in Canada, part of it's in Mexico. Right directly contained on America. And that's kind of a quirky thing. But God put the sun and the moon up in the firmament for signs and seasons, and so we got to pay attention to it. But be careful at the same time, man. I've lived all my life where people have come up with these prophecy type things. This is just another evidence thing. God is in control. We have faith every day, every minute, so we can just rest assured that we're taken care of, man. No matter what happens, God's going to take care of us, all right? Okay, what do we got? Here it is. Nope, that's not it. Hey, Q the cat, how are you doing? I lost it. Eclipse Witness website. Yes, this is the one that Jeff Sable gave the link, that he wrote that, gave us that link last night over the phone. So really cool stuff, man. Crazy stuff. I mean, how can they arrest this Stephanie lady, man? It's just too bizarre to believe. How can Peter Navarro be actually going into prison right now? It's too bizarre, but that's what those patriots are being called to make that sacrifice. We're behind them. We're saying that they're in prison wrongly, and we will continue to stand that way. And there's a reason for that, you know. Okay, just so you know, patriots, people were saying if they're in the chat, they can't back up the chat while we're live. And I think I enabled something called DVR when I started this video. And I don't know if DVR is that feature. So if one of you guys could check and see if you can back up and chat or not. And let me know if that's what DVR means. I'm just a knucklehead with a cell phone, patriots. Hey, Boomer. How are ya? Alaska in the house. We are nationwide. We got Maine in the house. All right, J-Bo. Hello, man. Texas in the house. Oh, Pennsylvania. All right, excellent. So we're paying attention, all right? And when we look around, who's standing up? When I was in the People's Convoy, who was standing up? People were standing up. Okay, Angelina, I got it then. Okay, so that's called DVR. Let me write that down. All right. Learn something new every day. Who were the people standing up in People's Convoy, man? It was a bunch of people who at night stood around in a circle and prayed, all right? It was uncanny how many people were praying in that group of people. And that's what drew me to them in the first place. When I first saw the first videos when they were coming across the country, man, these people were getting together and praying in prayer circles, man. I haven't seen that in a long time. So I joined in. I was like, yes, these people are centered on God. I can hang out with people like this. And then 1776, same thing, man. We started everything with prayer. And same with Freedom Corner, man. So we're centered on God. The only reason everybody else isn't standing up is because they're not centered on God, basically. And without that, you don't have the courage to stand up. And that's why it's all praying people that are standing up here. We are definitely sticking our necks out. That was praying people at the Capitol on January 6th, man. All kinds of video on that. So that's why it's us, you know, and that's why there aren't so many of us, because we know darn well how corrupt our country's gotten and immoral degeneracy that's in high places. Evil wickedness that's in high places. And all that is being exposed ever since we started running in the convoy, ever since 76, ever since the Mickey and Nicole started that vigil up, and Tammy. So that's why. That explains it, right? All right, then I got a great verse to share today. And I want to just point something out, man. This is Psalms 20, verses 6 and 7. All right, here's something that I want everyone to understand, is what they did with the name of God, all right? I'm always putting this YHVH thing in the titles here, and I'm telling you this is why, all right? Now I know that the Lord saveth his anointed. He will hear him from his holy heaven and the saving strength of his right hand. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we will remember the name of the Lord our God. So if you read those two verses, you never get the name of the Lord our God, okay? And why is that? Because rabbinical tradition says we're too stupid to know the name of God, okay? When we're being told right here that we have to know what that name is. There is one name that everyone needs to know, and that is the name of our God. In the King James Bible, when they translated it into English, religious scholars talked them into hiding the name of God, okay? The name of God is Yod He Vav He, three Hebrew letters. It has a number sequence, it has a value. There's all kinds of stuff about the name of God. So when I read the King James Version and I see the term the Lord in capital letters, that means they took out the name of God and put in two words, the Lord, in there, all right? That's deceptive, okay? And it just so happens to be a big deal because of this verse. So instead of saying, the Lord, hear thee in the day of trouble, the name of the God of Jacob, defend me. What? The name of the God of Jacob, defend me. All right, so there's power in that name apparently, right? Why did they hide it over 6,000 times in the King James Bible? That's my question right there. I think that was a level of deception back then from religious scholars, and I'm correcting that as I read the scriptures now. So instead, it would say, Yahuwah, hear thee in the day of trouble, the name of the God of Jacob defend thee. Sounds totally different, doesn't it? Now know that Yahuwah saveth his anointed. He will hear him from his holy heaven with the saving strength of his right hand. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we will remember the name of Yahuwah, our God. So there you go. It's a little deception, but they took it a long way into King James, man. 6,000 times they changed the name of God there. They left it in there like one or two times. And there's a lot of things about the name of God, Yahuwah, or it could be just Yah for short, 2 letters, Yod He. The name, the letter Yod means a hand, and the letter He means behold, and the letter Vav means nail, and the letter He means behold. So it says hand, behold, a hand, behold, a nail, okay? So there's a lot to that name of God. That was before Jesus was even on the planet. That was his name. Behold a hand, behold a nail. Okay? So there's a lot that we got to learn about this scripture. A lot we got to learn to put our faith in God about. And we have been deceived all our lives, especially in this religious aspect with the scriptures and stuff. And I gotta never say that I know everything about the Bible, you know. We gotta be pliable. We gotta be like clay in the hands of the beholder, that he can shape us and mold us to whatever he needs. So that's about it for today. Freedom Corner tonight. I don't know that I'm gonna be there. I gotta see. And what else is going on? Amos Miller. The judge at the Amos Miller trial, the Amish farmer guy, the judge said, no, you're not allowed to sell stuff in Pennsylvania, which means he has to go sell stuff out of state, which means he's going to get in more trouble from other states. And another, New York, I think, just arrested a farmer for raw milk with listeria in it and stuff. Oh, yeah, Brian got the ankle monitor. Yeah, something's going on there with that stuff. Crazy, crazy stuff, Patriots. More wickedness exposed. There you go. Make of it what you will. I'm not worried about anything. We'll see what it is. God's making all this happen for a reason. That's for sure, man. Yeah, I mean, we are under attack. The pandemic, everything, Patriots. We're being invaded. We're being asked to ignore the fact that we're being invaded. It's crazy, crazy time. But God is in control, and we know what his name is. So we're looking good. And we pray to him, too. You know, we put our trust in him. He gives us courage. He gives us the ability to stand. You think I'm doing this on my own power? No, man. It's God infused driving us to do this stuff, man. Nobody else is standing up, if you noticed. So that's us. That's us, and I'm proud to be that, man. Yeah, they're making Amish Republicans, right? Yeah, Brian's Brian, whatever. I don't know what he did. I'm not paying attention to that stuff. Yeah, I don't care. Whatever happens, I hope Brian's putting his faith in the Lord. He's standing in that prayer circle every Freedom Corner. He's been there. He served time, He did, 4 months as a J6er? So, we'll see, man. We'll see. Everybody's different. Remember this, Patriots. We're all on the same team. But we all don't gotta like each other, and we all don't gotta hang out together. We got our groups within the group, and we motivate each other. And, yeah, there's a lot to the dynamics of being in battle, being in a battalion of people. You got to get along to get along, and try not to make any troubles for anybody in your own battalion, basically. And that's what we're in. We're in an army. We're in God's army, man. That's what they were calling you down at the border, right? God's army. Right there on nationwide TV. That's what they called it. And that's what we are. And then the drag queen story hour thing, that's on Saturday. We're still planning on going. There was lots of goofy editorial letters to the editor in the newspaper today. I'm not going to bore you with them. I guess you could look it up. It's LNP newspaper, but spare yourself the trouble, man. Just a bunch of deceived zombies that are just rejecting reality, basically. And it's just bizarre that 2 blocks down the road is going to be all them anime people in costumes. Wait till you see this, Patriots. This is going to be a clown show. Wait till you see this on Saturday. Let's see. All right, what's this? Director of the Clinton Airport in Arkansas shot in head by feds after opening fire. Ooh, see? Birth pangs, Patriots. It's going to happen faster and faster. Everything's going to be more outrageous than the thing that just happened before it, man. Hang in there, Patriots. We're going to get through this. We put our faith in God, man. All right, I love you guys. This is Jericho. Over and out.